Thokozani Royals, Thokozani family, Hotep, how is everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing well on this Saturday evening. Thokozani, please tap the screen as you come on, just so I know that you can hear me, and also so we can get this up in the algorithm, and then I will get started. I'm just here to continue a conversation that we started yesterday when we were talking about Destiny Swapping and somebody manifesting you. The reason I'm back is because I woke up this morning and there were a ton of questions. There were a ton of examples of destiny swapping. There were people who were asking whether this can be reversed, and if so, how, and so on. Those who have not watched part one, you're going to have to go on YouTube. It's Gogo Nkanyezi Speaks. So it starts with African Spirituality dash Gogo Nkanyezi Speaks. It's actually in the link in my bio right here on TikTok. So if you press on that, it'll take you directly to my YouTube channel. Guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. This really assists because that is where I make my revenue. I actually don't make any revenue here on TikTok because, and by the way, TikTok is about to shut down apparently, allegedly. And so I am less inclined to invest a lot of my time and energy on TikTok these days because of that. I know I have quite a big following. So for those who find value in the things that I talk about and the teachings that I give, just go over to YouTube and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. You probably use the same amount of data to or Wi-Fi. If you have Wi-Fi, well, you're set. But it does help in revenue production. YouTube is the best channel for revenue production. And we have grown rapidly on YouTube. We have a family of about almost 15,000 now. I think we're 400 away from 15K. I would love for us to grow even bigger because the proceeds from YouTube are really what is helping our movement. For those who don't know, the Great Empire of Kemet movement, it's also the revenue that's helping in terms of me reaching the goal of publishing the ancestral book and ancestral knowledge book. So I would really, really appreciate your support if you do go on YouTube. You will access a lot of teachings. I have been doing this for quite a while. And some of the questions that you may all have, especially to do with spirituality, African spirituality, a lot of them I have tried to answer over the years, actually, not just it's not a fly by night. I'm not a fly by night. So please can you close the door, Chi? Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to get the door closed. So I wanted us to talk a little bit more so I can give you more information about this whole destiny swapping thing. How does it work? Who's doing it? Why are they doing it? We've done that part. Now, how? I didn't really give detail in terms of how, but because people are asking for ways to protect themselves, I thought I would give you how it is that people can tap into your energy or into your energetic body. Number one, handshakes, right? I'm not talking about an ordinary handshake with somebody who has no bad intentions towards you. I'm talking about somebody who has done a certain ritual, done certain incantations, and then comes to shake your hand, right? You will think it's an ordinary handshake, but a lot of the times, like I said yesterday, you have to become so conscious and so aware of the people you have around you so that when your gut instinct says, don't shake somebody's hand, do not feel or come under societal pressure to do that. That is your higher self warning you that you are not safe. Number one. Number two, hugs. Said it yesterday. If somebody comes in to hug you and your body moves off, chances are that your higher self is telling you that you're not safe. So don't hug that person. People pleasing will be the death of many of us, right? And wanting to appear a good person's not going to save you. You have to follow what your gut is telling you. If your gut says don't hug a particular person, don't hug them, right? If your body, because you feel it in your cells, if your body has an aversion towards being close to someone, move. Don't gaslight yourself into thinking there's something wrong with you for not wanting to be close to that person. Energy doesn't lie. If somebody's giving you heebie-jeebies, then move. Right? Because reversing these things, and somebody asked the question, how do we reverse this? It can be complicated. So don't get yourself caught up in that in the first place, right? The second thing, your footprint. You know how maybe you can walk on sand or walk on grass or walk on a soil. People can work with your footprint. And I'm not even talking about your footprint barefoot. I'm talking about your footprint even with shoes on. So you ask yourself, are we really ever safe? Yes, we are. There's a ritual that I give my spiritual children in particular, which is that when and before you leave your house, we use snuff, and hopefully I won't get into trouble because I said that word one time and I was flagged for talking about harmful substances. So we use, there's a certain powder that the ancestors like, and we use that. So I always tell my spiritual kids that before you leave the house to go anywhere, you take some of that and you sprinkle it in your shoes and you say, as I leave the house, I will go in safety. I will step in places where I'm not supposed to step. I will step in places where I'm supposed to be hurt and nothing will happen to me. See, you're speaking life over yourself. Spirituality is that, guys. I've always said it's a lived experience. Where you fall short is where those who practice witchcraft get in. This got nothing to do with being paranoid. It's got nothing to do with you living in fear. I see a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, this is so scary. Fear is a low vibrational emotion. Why are you going to be scared? You have as much right to be in existence on this planet and to be safe like anybody else. However, we are asked to live intelligently. You cannot walk through life with rose-tinted glasses expecting that all is well, because all isn't well. Unfortunately, just like we have amazing humans, Bagwantu who are with us, we also have those ones. Why? Because nature is balance. There is good and bad everywhere. There's good and bad. There's light, there's dark, there's joy, there's sorrow. So we need to get to that place of acceptance and stop being naive like little children to believe that we can walk around the world and all is well. Those who have experienced this know that this is real, right? So you are constantly speaking life over yourself. Sprinkle some coarse salt in your shoes and speak that as you leave your home, you can go anywhere and anything that is meant to harm you cannot touch you. We do not pray. We command things. That's why I say, you say, I will go into spaces where I'm supposed to be harmed and nothing will happen to me. And you move with that knowledge, right? So we've talked about handshake, hug, items of clothing. I have said time and time again, stop sharing your items of clothing. This is where things really do fall apart, because any item of your clothing has your energetic imprint. Anyone can do whatever they like with you. Hey friend, please lend me your skirt. I love those jeans on you. In my own household, where I have 4 girls, they're not allowed to share clothes. I have a set of twins. They are twins, identical. They don't share clothes. I raised them that way. So that never in any space or time can they one day go to a cousin's place or wherever and think that it's okay to borrow clothes. We don't do that in this house. It will assist them in the future to know. And now that they're old enough, it's very easy to explain to them why we don't do that. And just to show you how energy works and how our ancestors knew, my grandmother always used to say, if there's a cousin among us with period pain, my grandmother would say, you don't wear her skirts. We weren't allowed to exchange clothes growing up because they knew that energy is easily transferred. So if somebody wants to destiny swap with you, an item of clothing that they borrowed from you can easily be used to steal whatever it is they want to steal from you. Right? So we talked about footprint, DNA. That can be found in hairs. People will go where you brush your hair, you comb your hair. People will go to find just one strand of your hair, your nail clippings, your bodily fluids, your saliva, your vaginal fluids, your tears. You're busy somewhere and you're crying and you're blowing your nose and you're wiping your tears and someone says, Chomi, give me those, I'll throw them away for you. If she has ill intentions towards you, wants to do a nice, easy destiny swap, you've given her the material that she needed. So you're busy blowing your nose and wiping. Yeah, here's the tissue. It's got your imprint on it. She takes it to whoever she takes it to, who can then use, because your DNA is in here and it can be easily extracted from here. I'm not going to teach you how because I don't want any of you starting to do mischievous things, but definitely you can take a piece of tissue and extract. Menstrual blood, that is why how people dispose of their menstrual paraphernalia is so important. Many people have been messed up by that. I always tell people, as my girls especially, you do not just put it in the trash can where anyone can access it. People are performing rituals using your menstrual blood, and destiny swapping is very easy to do. It's easy to do once somebody has that from you, right? A glass or cup that you're drinking from. You go to Chomi's house, you go to Bestie's house, and Bestie says, oh, let's have a drink. And she offers you a drink. You're drinking from a glass. After you leave, she's like, okay, bye, Bestie. All she needs to do is take that glass, wash the rim of the glass into a Smolignana bottle, take that water. It's got your imprint on it. It's got a little bit of your bodily fluid. Doesn't need a lot. For those who know how to do this stuff, doesn't require a lot whatsoever. Your voice. People be like, your voice, how? I think a couple of years ago, there was a warning that went out from a spiritualist who said, please be careful of voice notes because there are people who are using the frequency of your voice. So, for example, if you leave me a voice note, I can't do anything with that. But put it this way. If I wanted to do something to you, right? And I send you a message and I send you a voice note and I say, are you okay? Let's just give this as an example. Are you okay? I will have done a kind of incantation, and what I would have done is I would have said, when I contact you and you say yes, you think you're saying yes to me saying to you, are you okay? But what you're actually saying yes to is this contract I'm trying to sign with you over here, that you're giving me some part of you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I say, are you okay? You think you're answering yes to me asking, are you okay? But what you're answering to is you're saying yes. You're saying yes to this contract that I've got on the back burner over here that you know nothing about. I got you. it's intricate. And the thing is, we who are light workers have to always stay abreast of what the dark people, the dark kingdom is doing, so that we're able to assist. So hard as they work at coming up with new and fast ways to get what they want from people, to destroy people's lives, we are also having to work just as hard. Hey, they keep us working, shame you, eh? We have to work just as hard to find solutions to the new problems and the new spells that they are creating. And most times the reversal of what they do is literally a walking backwards from the thing that they have done. That is why if you as a healer, you are continuously learning, continuously listening, because if somebody has cast a type of spell on you, I can diagnose that this was the spell type that was cast, right? If I don't know what was involved in casting that spell, I cannot help you. Because in order to undo it, I've got to know how it was done so I can go backwards with it. Do you understand? Ilumbo likhishwa elinye ilumbo type of thing. So I've got to know what did they do to, how did they hurt you? So I can do the reverse, is what I'm saying. So that's another thing. So your voice. So with the voice, I said your agreement. So you're agreeing to something. You think you're saying yes. What you don't know is that you've just agreed to a contract you know nothing about. And then the troubles start there. The other thing is in the dreamscape. There are people who are signing contracts and things they know nothing about in the dreamscape. Right? There are many people who've been visited. I even did a video about this in 2023 or early 2024 because I had such a visitation. For me, it wasn't about destiny swapping, but it was definitely somebody who was trying to induct me into one of these secret societies. And I was able to see very clearly, even in my dreams. Some of us have what is called lucid dreaming, where I am fully awake in my dream. Like it's hard to explain. I'm dreaming, but I'm awake. That's why I'm able to fight who I need to fight in my dreams. So I knew immediately when I was shown certain things and I was offered great wealth and I was offered gold bars, like literally. And I was like, ow, you're not getting me. I'm not that cheap. There is no price on this planet worth my soul. So huck. And interesting enough, I know who did it, although she tried to hide herself. But I was very, they always leave telltale signs. I was like, you've covered yourself in a black cloth, but you forgot to cover your arms. And I know your tattoos. I said, Fusak, don't ever come back here. So I'm trying to tell you what is going on in other realms. And you're too busy stuck in the 3D realm to know that there's the other realm is very busy. It's alive and it's well. And so because you're not over there in that other realm, because you're stuck in 3D, you're stuck in bread and butter issues, you're stuck in how much money you want to make, people can be doing the most with your spirit and you will have no clue until things start falling apart. So the whole issue of destiny swapping, I gave you literally 10. I'm going to run through them. Number one, so how can somebody do that destiny swap thing? Number one, handshake. Number two, hug. Number three, items of clothing. Number four, your DNA, hair, whatever. 4, footprint. That's number 5. Okay. 6, a glass or cup that you drank from. Your bodily fluids. Your voice, right? Your agreement to a contract that you know nothing about, and in your dreams. Those are the ones that come to mind. And I thought I would come and put them to you. And I've also given you tips on how some of them you can really spare yourself. The footprint one, I've given you what you need to do, right? Yesterday, I gave one where if you want to protect yourself, you're going to have to go and watch the other one to know how you do it. It involves salt water, very powerful ritual. And then, of course, there's the calling back your energy, which I'm not going to repeat here because I've talked about that, I think, like 20 times. So, fam, I just wanted to come and share those things with you about this because, and if you go on the little video clip that I put here on TikTok, which is actually cut from the longer 1 hour video I did yesterday, the number of people who are saying, this is exactly me, this is what's been done to me, this is what's been done. And I'm thinking, okay, so it's been done to you and you're just sitting. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. Nobody's coming to save anybody. If you are happy to sit and watch your life fall apart, then there's nothing anyone can do for you. And no amount of whining and crying about it is going to shift things for you. You're simply wasting time. If you can see very clearly a pattern in your life of your things diminishing, even your health deteriorating, because some people destiny swap because they are sick or maybe have some terminal something. They'll come give you a hug, having worked a spell that whatever it is that's about to terminate their life, come to you. They're doing it. And now, if you know and you can see these correlations and you do nothing about it, well, then nothing is going to be done about it. You're going to carry on and and you will go in an untimely manner because that was never your destiny. Somebody switched it up. So I really hope that this has been useful, giving you those little tips. I had some people on my TikTok who came on the little video I posted who are like, yeah, you need to pray and you need to cry out to God. I'm like, I delete those comments, guys. Why? Because I find them very misleading. Because you can't pray against a spell. You need to, these people are using high-powered esoteric. Your prayers, and prayer means to beg. When you pray, you're begging, please help me, please. There's no one helping you. There's no outside entity called God that is coming to help you. But one to need to get that in their minds. So whenever I see those comments, I'm sorry, I have to delete them because they mislead people. Go into fasting, my sister. Fasting for who? For what? You're just going to make yourself weaker because now you're fasting for what? And how's that going to change the cost of bread? So I delete those comments because I find them misleading and I find that they keep people stuck in this cycle of self-pity and fatalism, where in the end, because you're not getting answers to said prayers, you then say, well, it is the will of this God. It is the will of God. God allowed it to happen. Guys, the very people who gave you that nonsense don't live by it. They're constantly looking for solutions for their lives. They don't live by it. They gave it to you to bamboozle you, and you're bamboozled. Because instead of being about your life, instead of knowing that you have to, in this life, you have to fight, you have to do certain things to be safe, to protect what's yours. The same way as you protect your physical house, you have to protect this house too. And so you protect your physical body, but you also have to protect your spirit body, your aura. They're doing this stuff all the time. Where do you think the term destiny swap comes from? I didn't make it up. It's not in any African language in terms of when I'm teaching you. Where do you think that term comes from? They know this stuff and they're doing it. And they also know how to undo it. And it doesn't involve Jesus. It doesn't involve Jesus. It really doesn't. It's about understanding the laws that govern the universe. It's about understanding that there are other realms in which different rules apply from the rules that apply here on earth. It's about understanding that you walk not alone. You have an entourage of your elders who will rise to assist you if you connect with them. They all know this and they do it. There's a picture that I wanted to show you guys, but I think I'll do it when I do the Ancestral Part 7. This picture will blow your mind because some of the rituals that are being done by palm-colored creatures, they took from our ancestors. It's exactly the same, using the exact same animal, doing the exact same moves. So, y'all are... They took your stuff and they're using it to assist themselves, and then most times also using it against you. And you're busy there calling on Jesus. Oh, I look good. Anyway, fam, I just thought I would come and share that aspect with you. I will be back with Ancestral Series Part 7, where we will discuss, I called it spiritual currency. Right? Spiritual currency and the worth of different things in the spiritual realm and how they should be used and so on, so that people have a better and clearer understanding of how to shift things in your life and what it is you need to do to shift those things in your life, right? We're going to have that discussion in the next one. I'm excited about that one because I didn't know whether we were done with the Ancestral Series. Remember, we're supposed to be done at number 3. Well, we're going on to Part 7 because they keep coming and saying, you didn't say this. Go and tell them this. And I really believe that it's your collective ancestors, the whole group of them, who are telling my ancestors to keep sending me to you. Because, I mean, I know what to do, but majority of you don't. And some of the stuff that I'm going to tell you, even people who went to initiation school don't know because this stuff is not explained to them. A lot of the times they're just doing things. They're told, do this, do that, but they don't understand the esoteric science behind it. And so I seek to teach you to understand. Because see, when you understand something, you embrace it better because it clicks, it resonates. You're like, that makes perfect sense, right? So we're going to have that discussion in the next upload. So thank you guys so much. If you're not subscribed to YouTube, I am begging you to subscribe if you find value in these teachings. Otherwise, January 19th. It could be all gone. And like I said, I'm really not invested too much here anymore. I literally come here just to let people know that I'm on the other side. Hello from the other side. So come and join us. The YouTube family is solid because they're about business. They're not playing over there. They want to learn. They want to know. They don't joke about their spiritual life. So much love to you guys. Masithokozeni.